think it's really hard to put my finger on it. More than anything, it's just a feeling. It's feeling that I want to paint. And so I'm so lucky to be surrounded by the views around here, lovely walks or up to the loch or travelling further west. There's just so much inspiration. And so sometimes that's enough to make me want to paint. And sometimes I'll take a canvas with me and start just rough marks on it. And that's lovely because it almost injects energy into a big blank canvas, which otherwise sometimes is difficult to start. But if you're in front of a view, it just rolls forward. But most of the time I don't religiously want to replicate a view. That's not what I'm interested in. I actually just love the feeling that it gives me. So with all my paintings, I'm really, you know that feeling. So you're on the loch side and it can be blowing a gale and dreadful weather, and actually if you've walked there, most people are saying to you, oh, isn't it, it's cold and it's terrible weather, and it is, but there's something about being in awe of where you are and a big sky rolling above you. And I do think, yeah, maybe it's a cliche, the Scottish light is beautiful and the colours can be saturated and just soak through you. And that moment you're standing there or sitting there, and you could well be soaked to the skin and frozen, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You kind of suddenly realise how big the world is and how much this view has seen before you were around. And you're only there for such a short period of time, and then we all move on and it will be there again. And I love that feeling. I really, I kind of feel that is what life's all about for me, and I get a real thrill from that. And so when I'm painting, I tend just to, I don't really think an awful lot, which is maybe embarrassing to say. I just feel the urge to paint, and it sometimes I surprise myself. It looks very little like what is in front of me, but that doesn't in the slightest bother me, because it's all about the way it makes me feel. And it could be yeah, to just purely to do with the direction of the weather and the light and colour. And I think my background in design also plays a huge part in what I do and the way I do it. I love interpreting what I'm painting just within my imagination, and quite often exaggerate the perspective of a view or a position. And whether that's from what the sky's directing onto the shoreline or from a viewer's position onto the view. I love that we can interpret it our own way, and I love that I can extend a sight line and encourage a viewer to look at a certain point or to travel around a painting. So I may be wrong, but I think maybe my design background punctuates what I do as well, but I'm not doing it consciously. Again, it just sort of happens when I'm painting, and I get excited about painting. I just love moving paint around, and I love mixing colour, and yeah, I feel, I just cannot say enough how lucky I feel to do what I do, because it really is my balance in life. We've all got day-to-day struggles, but I feel it's my escape as well as my work.